this is The Process Shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a single building, and I've seen No Exit, a new thriller feature from director Damien that follows a small group of stranded travelers and the kidnapping plot that changes their lives, for better or worse. Most of all, it focuses on Darby, a young woman recovering from drug addiction who is caught up in a snowstorm on the way to see her hospitalized mother. Along with the others, she stays at a visitor's center overnight, only to find a kidnapping victim locked in a van out in the parking lot. She offers her help, but she has to do so without arousing suspicion from the kidnapper, who she manages to identify during a game of cards. As the night continues, however, the danger only grows, and with nowhere to run, Darby has to... Oh, now the title makes sense. Anyways, once the premise is set up and the first act ends, things become a bit slower and more stretched out, taking time to set up suspense. There's not too much payoff in that development though, because the film's plot falls back on formula, and personally I started seeing the twists and developments before they even happened. Once that fact hit me though, it was easy to just sit back, turn off, and let things play out to see if anything would at least try to be surprising. And nothing really was though. Mostly because the characters also fall into basic roles for a thriller plot like this, with simplified backstories to match. The back-and-forth power play structure is pretty much followed to a T, and the end result is something that could be considered serviceable, or maybe even the minimum for a story like this. If anything, the actual acting here is the highlight, especially when it comes to lead actress Havana Rose Liu, though I wouldn't say that this movie allows the cast to reach their fullest potential. No Exit doesn't really have much else to show off either. On a technical level, it's pretty well produced, with a sense of cohesion that makes the visitor center really feel isolated from the world, even with a main road only yards away. There aren't too many details within this world that makes it feel completely natural, with anything we do see generally being more like a setup for a later story element. As a result, cinematography is usually used more practically, focusing itself on whatever needs to be seen for a more dramatic effect, and never really doing anything more stylized. I don't think there are even any wide shots that emphasize the isolation of the characters at the rest stop. Anyways, there is a rather nice audio design going on in the movie, with drops to silence in some outdoor scenes that really emphasize the stillness of the area, though the actual score of the movie is relatively generic, fitting in well but never standing out at all. I think that might be a good way to describe the movie overall, actually. Everything fits together, from the streamlined story and plot, to the dark and moody visuals, to the overall tone of the movie, but it doesn't actually have anything to give back that makes it stand out from other thrillers. No Exit. Damien 2022. 2 stars. I wouldn't really recommend it, unless you want something easy to digest. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I will say that it's nice that they knew how to cut the movie down to the more essential points and keep it shorter than most. Then again, they also ended up cutting everything about the movie down to the essential, simple bits.